is not the greatest news. The gender gap isn't just hitting women's paychecks, it's actually knocking on their front doors.
It sure is. There's a new study out by Realty Track revealing that homes owned by single men are not only worth more, but they also appreciate more than homes owned by single women. So why is that? What's all that about? Local real estate professional Samantha Hancock with RE/MAX Advantage Plus is here to explain this. Samantha, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's get right into the numbers. We know that there is a gap. How big of a gap is there?
So nationally, it's about 10% just in the difference in home values between men and single women. The appreciation difference is about 16%, but it's even worse here in Minnesota. In Minnesota, the difference in property appreciation between men and single women is 34%, which is a huge number.
Yeah, that is huge. I mean, we're both shocked by that number. So why this gap? What is causing this?
So I think there's a couple things happening. The first thing is that here in 2016, it's still real. There's a difference in women and men's wages. That number is still hovering around 16%. So with that, women just have less buying power. So you take a lower budget than most men, and then you couple it with the idea that women are a lot less likely to look for homes that are equity builders or fixer-uppers. And what that does is the statistics are showing us that it's pushing women into areas that maybe don't have as higher property value appreciations because they're spending less and they're wanting homes that are more updated.
Huh. So I guess the alternative would be to look for different homes and be open to those fixer-uppers. I mean, what should women do?
So when I sit down with a female client, I am really encouraging them to, first of all, when we look at their pre-approval amount, let's not go to the top of that range. Let's go somewhere where they're really comfortable, and then be open-minded to properties that maybe aren't 100% move-in ready. What that does is it puts them in the driver's seat. They can make the improvements they want. They can have a little bit more control over their equity and really focus more on areas that are more desirable or have better history of property appreciation.
The one thing that pops in my head is, are women less likely to ask more for their homes? Because we know that we hear that, conversation in the salary world when the men are more likely to ask for more money. Does that kind of translate the same into women and their homes?
I think that the data shows us that women are more likely to take a referral when it comes to a real estate agent or a loan officer. It's 41%. So maybe that leading into already having a trusting relationship is dampening them shopping around and really doing some of their own research. Now, if you have a really good team working for you, you shouldn't have to do that. But maybe I don't think that that's out of the question.
So if you're a female watching, you own your own home, how can you increase the value of your home if you're sitting here and saying, okay, well, I want to close the gap?
Yeah, for sure. So of course, for people sitting at home who already have bought their homes, this doesn't really apply. But when I sit down with a client, I always just stress how important it is to don't bust your budget, buy right to begin with. Try to open up room in your budget to make those improvements. Having a mortgage is just a very small part of home ownership. You need to have a budget for maintenance, for improvements. You have homeowners associations, insurance, taxes, all those things. So, you get that shiny pre-approval letter, and a lot of us naturally just want to go to that amount thinking that it's fine. But you really need to try and go lower if you can and leave room in your budget for improving. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to really shop around for your mortgage. Another statistic that people probably aren't going to like is that women are paying more in interest rate. It's 0.4% more. And we all want to kind of automatically go to gender discrimination, but I think it's that shopping around thing again.
Sure.
So
you got to do our research.
Exactly. Do your research.
Do your research. All right. We'll leave it at that. Samantha, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good info for sure. Samantha Hancock with RE/MAX Advantage Plus. Appreciate that insight. Now we know what to do.
Yes.
I like it.
All right.